Hey y'all, so I'm finally back with another recipe. I know y'all missed me. This recipe video has been highly requested on my Instagram, and this is not my recipe. This is from @Caleb887 on Instagram. He makes like a bunch of different like garlic shrimp and steak tacos, and I saw it and I was like, I have to do this. So let's get into it. So basically, this recipe is very garlic forward. We use a lot of roasted garlic and cilantro in this recipe, and it's just super, super yummy and delicious. So you see me just cut the heads off of 2 beautiful cloves of garlic, and I'm just putting some of my favorite steak seasoning in there. Y'all can use whatever steak seasoning your heart desires. And then I'm using some coarse ground black pepper, and I chose to use some kosher salt for this one. And then, I just folded it up a little bit because now I'm about to pour the olive oil over the top of this. And then I'm going to put this garlic in the oven. I think I put it in there at like 300 for like maybe 30 minutes or so. And yeah, so now I'm just taking some more cloves of garlic and some cilantro, and you just see me chopping that up. And this is gonna go over top our ribeyes. I'm using ribeye for this recipe, but if you want to use a different cut of steak, you can use whatever cut of steak you would like. I love ribeye because of the marbling and the fat content and the flavor, and period. That's what we're looking for. So you see me putting more steak seasoning over it, some more of that kosher salt, and some more of that ground black pepper. And then we're gonna come back with some more EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. And this is gonna be like a little marinade for our steak. And you're just gonna massage it in and take your time and really get it worked into the steak. And let it sit, let the flavors marry, and get all that good stuff going. And this is just a little meat massage. So you just really take your time and massage it in. That way every little crack and crevice is covered. And then I just let this sit while I prepare everything else. So this recipe has some delicious salsas that we're gonna make. So I'm putting some garlic, some Roma tomatoes, some jalapenos, some Mexican peppers in there. Using some ancho chilies, and we got some guajillo peppers in there. And it's just some more olive oil in the pan. And all I'm doing is just letting them get nice and roasted up until they start to, get that color on them and start smelling delicious in the house. And then you're just gonna take this off and come over to your blender. I don't have a super huge blender, so I did have to blend mine up in like, separate parts because it all couldn't fit in there at once, but that's totally fine. Use what you got, y'all. So I just put as much of the mixture in there as I could. And then this is another little seasoning blend that I made, which was just like some garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. And then you go put some more olive oil in there to blend everything up. And you put some cilantro in there. And you put a little squeeze of lemon juice in there if you want. You could put it in now or later. I added mine after because, as you know, I told you I had to blend it up in separate parts. But yes, you just blend this until it is a nice salsa consistency for you. Whatever consistency you like. I like this one to be a little bit thicker and formed. So that's what we did. And here is my bowl of salsa. That's how much it made. It ended up making a lot. And you see me just squeezing some fresh lemon juice in there which really set the flavor off and brightened everything up. And I put a lot of lemon juice in there because this is a big bowl, and that was a one big juicy lemon. So I just mixed this up, and voila, that is our salsa made at home from scratch. A nice roasted salsa flavor with those beautiful guajillo and ancho chili peppers. And this will be one of the salsas that we put when we dress our tacos. So now I have taken my roasted garlic out of the oven. It's cooled down enough for me to handle it. And in my bowl, I just have some more chopped up cilantro. And you see me just squeezing my lovely garlic out. And it smells so freaking good. And we're just gonna get all of that out because this will be our next sauce that we're making for our tacos. And make sure you get all the little seasonings that was in the bottom of your foil that may have been in there cooking up. That is flavor, honey, and we want all of that. So I'm just going in and putting some more EVOO. As you see, there is not a lot of measurements going on here. We just going with the vibes and stopping when you feel like it, honey. We want this to be kind of like a little bit of more like a chimichurri type of feel to this one. So we do want to put, a good amount of that oil in there so that we get everything combined and mixed up. And I'm just smashing up the garlic with my spoon. It is soft, so it's easy to do. And here you see me putting some limes in there and getting that together. And it's looking so good. This was one of my favorite sauces that I made with this recipe. Like, I feel like I want to make a whole steak with this on it. Like, I definitely have to make this again and make some more culinary creations, because y'all, when I say everybody was tearing this salsa up, baby, they was tearing it up, honey. So my brother loved it, and he was trying to eat all of it before we even put it on the tacos. And so this is the consistency that you want it to be, not too loose. See, this who was eating it up, Cameron. So now we getting ready to cook our steaks. They've been sitting. They look delicious already. And we got our pan nice and hot. And I am finna stuff all 3 of these steaks in my little cast iron skillet, okay? And we gonna make it work, honey. So you want it to have a nice sizzle when you put them down in there. And we just gonna let them rock out and cook in the pan. Now, I am about to make these like a medium rare, closer to medium rare. I really like my steaks medium, but I don't really like medium rare as much. I like it to be more closer to medium than rare, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm going for with these steaks, because I don't want them to dry out and be tough. So this is the shrimp that I have marinating in that same flavor combination that I put on my steak. I just saved some of it and put it over here. That's why I did not show you guys, because it's literally the exact same. So more garlic shrimp combo. And now I'm flipping over these lovely ribeyes. And hopefully you get a good char on them. Some of mine didn't get as good of a char because the heat is kind of uneven on my stovetop. Cooking with fire is not as easy. I'm not a professional, but I am learning. So yeah, I'm just fitting them all in there and still gonna let them rock out. Now, for a perfect medium steak, it's really about 3 to 4 minutes each side. You don't have to keep flipping them back and forth. Just leave it for like 3 to 4 minutes on one side, and then flip it over, and then you let the steak rest, honey, before you start slicing into it, because you don't want it to be dry. If you take it off the oven or off the heat and then you just instantly start cutting it, the juices will run out. So give it some time to let your meat rest always. Now into that same pan, I'm gonna put my shrimp, because we want that flavor to still build up. And why not use the same delicious pan? And so we're just gonna let these cook, honey. I'm just spreading them out. And shrimp doesn't take a long time to cook, really like a minute or two each side. And honestly, with even smaller shrimps, it could be like 30 to 40 seconds. It's, most of us be overcooking our shrimp, sorry to say, but we do. So I got mine in the pan, and I'm already flipping them over. As you can see, they're already ready to be flipped, and I just put them in there. This is how quick it goes. So I'm just taking my time to flip them over one by one, because I wanted to get a nice sear on them. So, you gotta do it individually. And now my shrimps is done. So I took those out, put them in a bowl so that they don't continue cooking. And I cleaned my pan out. And now we're ready to warm up our tortillas. And I just put some more oil in the pan, and I was just spreading the oil out with that tortilla on the bottom of the pan. And then I put my tortillas in there, and then you just let them get nice and hot. You can let them get to whatever type of texture you want. If you want them to be like crispier, or if you just want them to be, warmed and cooked through like me, just keep them on there for a little bit. You'll start seeing them curl up and start getting a new color on them. And so it's that simple. I'm just picking my tortillas up, showing you what they look like, and now we are ready, honey. So look at my beautiful steaks. They've been over here resting while I was cooking everything else, and they are perfectly cooked. How do y'all like y'all steak? This is how I like mine, honey. You see how it's like really, really medium? And it's not medium rare, but like it's close, Because like a medium, this is like a perfect medium for me. Some people be cooking theirs a little bit more than this, but this is what I like, because these were so juicy and tender and delicious, and I was just so in love and impressed with myself. Go me, go me. So I'm just slicing them up into little pieces that you could just, put onto your taco. I didn't want to like dice it up or anything, because I felt it kind of took away from the texture, because this ain't no flank steak, honey. This is a ribeye. All right, so I wanted to feel like I was eating a ribeye, and I wanted to have that nice strip on there. So I'm just cutting my steak up and getting everything ready to assemble the tacos for everybody. My brother begged me to make this recipe, y'all. Look at him.
Alright. Delicioso.
Now we are assembling the taco. We putting down that garlic mix that I made, and then I put me some of my shrimps on there, and then I put me a nice piece of steak on there, and then we going with our lovely salsa that we made, and that is it. Splash some extra lime juice on there if y'all want to, honey, and we done. Look how cute she is. Like, I made 4 little tacos. Some are just steak, some are steak and shrimp. Y'all, when I say the house totally is up, the house totally is up. My brother friend Direct even came over here just to get some, honey, because he saw me posting my content. So here is a recipe Thank y'all so much for being here. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. And y'all know I will be back for more, okay? Love you bunches. Mwah!